Welcome to the UCD Sutherland School of Law. My name is Paul Ward and I'll be taking you through a presentation on the law aspects to this programme. I'll then hand over to my colleague from the Quinn School, Dr. Orla Byrne, and she'll take you through the business aspects of this programme. I'll then conclude the presentation by taking you through some of the career options that you have once you've graduated from UCD. Here we have the CAO codes for you. DN610 is the code for business and law, and the points for 2019 and 2020 were 521 and 545 respectively. Now, with the business and law, there are mandatory requirements that you must comply with in terms of subjects that you present. So you have to have an O6, H7 in English, Irish and a language, and then two other recognised subjects. You must also present mathematics at O2 or H6, and these are mandatory requirements for this programme. This is the degree structure of the business and law programme. You take an equal amount of credits in both business and law over the first 3 years, namely 30 credits in law and 30 credits in business. When you get to stage 4, you then have an option. You have to take 20 mandatory credits in business and 20 mandatory credits in law, with a surplus of 20 then to take from either business or law to make up whatever professional requirements you may have at that stage. These are the mandatory law modules that you must take as part of your business and law degree. So you have negligence, nominate torts, EU constitutional law, EU economic law, criminal law and company law. And generally these are taken in the first 2 years of your study. Here we have a list of the optional law modules, and they include property law, commercial law, intellectual property law, tax law, consumer law, insolvency law, banking law, employment law, media law, environmental law, European human rights law, and personal rights and the law. As you can see, they're mainly business focused and mainly business orientated, hence marrying the two disciplines of business and law. Generally, students choose from this list of options in years 3 and 4 as part of the 30 credits that they have in each year. At this juncture, I'm going to hand over to my colleague from the Quinn School of Business, Dr. Orla Byrne, and she'll take you through some of the business aspects to this programme.
Hi, I'm Orla Byrne and I'm Assistant Professor of Entrepreneurship at Quinn School of Business. And with Paul Ward, I'm co-director of the Business and Law degree. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the degree from the business side of things. So the modules that you take as part of the business side of the degree come from our 6 disciplines within the College of Business. That includes banking and finance, accountancy, management, MIS, HRM and marketing. So we have a combination of modules that are both mandatory and optional from those business disciplines. So let me talk you through the mandatory modules first. Okay, so as I said, these come from the range of business disciplines that we have here within our school. And here are just a sample outlined in the slide. We have financial accounting and principles of finance, digital society, business analytics, marketing, firms, customers and society, management accounting, business strategy, global business, and new venture creation and development. So these are a sample of the mandatory modules you would take as part of your B&L degree. Some will fall in first year, some will fall in second year, and some will fall in third year. Just to note, in first year, all your business modules are indeed mandatory. So there are no option modules in the first year of your degree. So anyone who struggles with decision making, you've no problems there for the first year anyway. So options means that you have a choice in the modules that you choose to study. These are introduced from year 2, so through year 2, year 3 and year 4, you get to choose and enhance the mandatory subjects that you are taking with some recommended modules from across the College of Business. So these options include developing future leaders, game design and gamification, responsible marketing, global marketing, tax in society, leadership and change management, entrepreneurship in action, that's my one, behaviour economics and public policy, and human resource management. So even from reading down through that list now, hopefully you're sitting there thinking, oh, I actually would really like to study that, or I'd have no interest in that. And that's fine, that's perfectly fine. That's what your option modules are about, being able to choose the subjects that you want to go into in a little bit more detail. Your option modules will complement your mandatory modules. So it means that if there is something you're covering in a mandatory module that you are interested in, you can go into it in a little bit more detail with your option module. So from choosing these option modules, you get to build the degree that represents you as a person, you as a student, as a future employee, and as a more engaged member of society after your degree as well. Also, as part of our business and law degree, you will have the opportunity to study abroad with one of our partner universities in some of these cities. So from Australia to Germany to France, we have partnered up with excellent universities, ensuring you can maintain the same standard of education that you've been receiving here between our law school and our business school, and also developing yourself personally and expanding your social network and your cultural network also. So the Study Abroad scheme happens in the second semester of the third year of your studies. However, to avail of the opportunity to go abroad, you must achieve a certain standard of GPA in an earlier stage of the programme. So as part of your business and law degree, what will you be expected to do? Well, your study environment will differ. It can be a combination of large lecture theatres to smaller study groups or tutorials. Also, as part of your degree, you will be required to engage in independent study. And this is where university differs significantly from secondary school. As part of that study, some of that work will be at an individual level, doing your own projects, catching up on your own reading, preparing your own assignments, but also that learning can be part of group work. So while in some of your classes, you'll have small tutorial-sized groups, in others, such as this, if you're based in an auditorium such as this, you're going to have a large class size. However, within that, large classes will be divided into smaller groups. So time and time again, studies have shown the importance and value of group work, and we stimulate that very heavily here within the School of Business. So even if you're in a large theatre like this, taking one of your mandatory modules, within that you'll be subdivided into smaller groups, which A, allows you to get to know other people in your class, but B, also stimulates lots of opportunity for cross-fertilisation of ideas and compatibility of skills. So you'll have plenty of opportunities within your degree to develop your own individual learning and your peer and group learning styles as well. Also, representing how you're going to be studying here is how you're going to be assessed here. And our assessment strategies will also differ and cater for individual learning and group learning styles. So in terms of individual learning, you will be assessed by exams and by presentations and by essays. Quite often, your assessments will be set with big problems, asking you to develop your research skills to try and research the best ways to address these problems that we see in business and in society. You will also be assessed in terms of your group projects. So while you're working in groups, there will be an outcome at the end that needs to be assessed by your lecturer as well. And then posters. This is a nice idea, a nice visual representation of the different projects that you're working on as well. So each module won't have all of these assessment formats, but what you will see is a variety of assessment formats across each of your modules that you take each semester.
After 4 years, you will have completed your degree and you'll be thinking about career progression. And we have here a list of the careers that our business and law graduates tend to engage with. Quite a few become solicitors and quite a few become accountants. But there are other avenues that can be explored, such as journalism, research, NGOs, politics, insurance, the civil service, international diplomacy, banking, entrepreneurship, business analyst, finance, and tax consultancy.
So if you'd like any further information on the business and law degree, please log on to any of these websites. where you'll find additional information on the entry requirements, on the module requirements on a year-by-year basis, and also on further career opportunities from the degree.
Thank you very much for your attention during this presentation. On behalf of both the UCD Sutherland School of Law and the Quinn School of Business, we wish you well in your final year at school, and we look forward to welcoming you here on campus in 2021.